The end times have arrived in Total War Warhammer 3. In this video, we're going to be checking out the End Times Escalation mod. It adds super units to every single faction in the game, and we're going to focus on the Warriors of Chaos in this video. So the big bad, we're going to see what Chaos has cooked up for us, looking at their look, their stats, and showing off a little bit of combat. Starting off with our infantry, we have our lowest tier option here, which is still really high tier because they're all super units. The Embrace, they're a melee infantry of 4, which is a common thing you're going to see in this mod, is unit groups of 4. I'm a big fan of their look, and I think their stats aren't really high, so they do kind of fit the criteria, and they're like the lowest one here, so we're just starting out. This is the Regiment of Renown version, which is the Prodigal Sons. As you can see here, we get more of a Nurgle look to them, but I do like both versions a lot. Moving away from the Forsaken look, we're getting closer to the actual Champions look. We have the Chosen Champions with halberds. Really do like the design. Pretty much most of these either have 2 or 3 variants of the 4, so you do kind of get some diversity when you look at these units. I do really like that a lot. Weapon strength is really high on this guy. He's obviously going to deal a lot of damage. Obviously, this here is using, obviously the hero and bringing it over as a unit. But this is the Herald's Hammer Stormers, okay? So this is like a bunch of him. You have 4 of these in a unit, and these would be like aspiring to be like him, I guess you would say. And again, great abilities, great stats, and they are fascinating to watch in combat. Next up, we have the Doom Weavers, or an Axe Infantry, but obviously if you look over at the ability side, they have a lot of spells. So I did not put the spells up here because they're not new spells, but obviously you can see them. They're going to be a powerful unit in combat, especially on the support side and being an infantry unit and not a hero. I like the last unit, but I like this unit even more because the Quartet of Quartering. 1, they just look really sick, but 2, on the support side, they just have some crazy abilities. You throw this in there supporting your armies, and these guys don't even have to do very much in combat. Just their support skills alone, their passive abilities and abilities, make this worthwhile. Next up, we have Wulfric's Wanderers, the chosen weapons with great weapons. And I'm less of a fan of this unit. You know, they don't really stand out a bunch to me. The skulls do look good, and they do have some pretty okay passives. But just overall, you know, it's just another new unit to me. Another unit that I'm a huge fan of, the Catalyst of Life. They're Doom Weavers with great weapons, but the reason why I like these guys so much is really just because of their combat animations. I've just always been a fan of this one. It gives you that, throwing Star Wars kind of, lightsaber throw moves, and it just looks really cool in combat. A lot of magical aura around them, and they just look sick. Now we have another amazing looking unit. We have the Arbel's Undefeated Chosen Champions with dual weapons. And I really do like the fact that they have like these dual, what would you call them here? Flails. There we go. So you have dual flails. They look sick. Love the design. Love the skulls. Love the dark to the brighter red on the top. They just really, really pop, and I love that. This unit was phenomenal to watch in combat. The Aspiring Heroes, everything about them. I love their weapon glow. I just love it on them. Even in this night shot or darker map shot, it just looks really, really cool. And in combat, they just really stood out. And this is a simple unit. Just throw these guys in the melee and they're going to get the job done. back to the Aspiring Heroes of Khorne, we have the version which is more, less red. They're more the black and bronze look. And I've got to say, I actually really do like this one a lot. I like this approach to them. It does give you that Khorne feel to them, but at the same time, it's not like overly bright. So I really do like that a lot. More grim dark feel. Here's a Slaanesh unit. That's pretty much the bottom line. They're Aspiring Heroes of Slaanesh. They're very Slaanesh looking at them. Like, you could pick this out, you know, right away. It's not very hidden. I do kind of like the details on their design. They're very armored up, and they do look really sick, so I give props to the modder. Chef's kisses here. This is Aspiring Heroes of Tzeentch, and they look phenomenal. Love the design, love the glow, love the look on these guys, and they're a unit of 4, but this just, they have so much going on stat-wise. It's crazy. The shielding, the ability, the passive abilities there. I mean, these guys are just going to be the ones you throw into the combat, and they're going to hold. A Slaanesh unit that I was less of a fan of. We have the Magnificent Maimers. They're Aspiring Heroes with halberds. It's weird. Their actual unit card art looks a little different than what you would expect the unit to look like here. And I do like their weapon a lot. I don't know. Maybe they'll grow on me. Maybe this might be one of the ones that takes a while for me to really like. Obviously, you can tell what this is, you know, taken from and based off of. But, you know, at the same time, they still look pretty cool in combat. We have the Valich's Curselings. They're Doomweavers. In combat, you know, the sword and flail, they're very bright, very flashy, and they look good. Weapon strength's 470. As you're going to see, high weapon strength across this mod, which kind of makes them that high tier. Another unit that was phenomenal to watch in combat, we have these Aspiring Heroes, the Ever Chosen. Really, they're not that flashy of a look. I mean, their sword really stands out, but the rest of them really not that flashy. I do like their sword, do like the glowing eyes, and in combat, they definitely stand out. These guys are powerhouses. Put them in your front line. Courtesy of the newest DLC, obviously, we have the Plague Ogre Mutants, and if you thought one of these guys would look good in combat, multiply that by 4, and they look even better. Just so much chaos, so much mayhem. The Empire of Man stands no chance. And then we have a Regiment of Renown version, which pops up more green, and there it is. And obviously, you can just see the Nurgle side popping more on these guys. And they're going to show up again later because they also show up on a mount later on, which I think is really sick. So I can't wait to show you that later in the video. But I'm a big fan of all of these, to be honest. I really like the idea of these super units at the very end of the game.
Don't stop until they're all dead! Pull off their edge! Now we strike! Forward, man! As long as we outnumber them, we will hold!
Hands down, my favorite unit in the Warriors of Chaos in this mod. The Chosen Chaos Knights. Everything about them is sick. I know they're going to end up on my thumbnail. I just know it. And just everything about them I really do love. I like the different designed helmets, and their armor just looks really cool with their weapon. And I've got to say, one of the horses has like a double blade on its head, and that's my favorite one as well.
Too powerful! Go on, creatures!
We've got Malachi's Changers. These are chosen Chaos Knights, obviously from Tzeentch. They're armored piercing anti-large. They cause terror, and of course they're flying. These guys are really hard to shoot in combat, by the way, but I got the best shot I could, and I think it turned out pretty good. They do have the missile mirror ability and also redirecting aura, so people shooting ranged at them will not work out. We're now getting into our monster section. So now we have the Bewitching Beast Riders of Slaanesh. As you can tell, there's going to be several of these in a row, and all you're really doing is changing over the type of warrior up top as well as the coloring. But I've got to say, though, I like all of these because you're going to have preferences. Even as a warrior of chaos, you're going to like certain chaos gods more and how you want to flavor your armies or how you want to fight. So I do like that he has all of these put in here. Now we have the Pestilent Paladins of Nurgle. Almost messed up on saying that one. Again, you changed over to green. You have a Nurgle Chaos Knight up top. But also, you don't really need much more. What else do you need? You know, you got a ability right there, a passive. Overall, I do like all of these units, and they are really strong in combat. Probably my favorite one out of these ones that are different chaos gods, just because I like Khorne so much. But these Slaughter Riders of Khorne, you've just got a Khorne Chaos Warrior up top, and he just looks sick. I mean, you just can't get away from that. Red, and you just throw him into combat, he makes more blood, becomes more red. It's just a whole lot of red. And now we're at our Tzeentch flavored one. We have the Soaring Sorcerers of Tzeentch. You can see his passive ability there. And I do like this one a lot too. Kind of has a glowing, shimmering effect to them. I've got to say, out of these four, probably the Khorne one and the Tzeentch one are my favorite. Followed by Nurgle and then ending with Slaanesh. And maybe there's just the preference of how I like my Chaos Gods. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's also the one that's kind of the, you know, just chaos in general, not really dedicated to one god or the other. And there's also going to be some dragons coming up, if you like dragons, that does something similar. But these are the Insidious Manticore Knights, and they're also available for the Daemon Princes as well, or the Daemon faction in the game. So you also have that as well. We're now starting into our dragons. Everyone loves dragons, right? We have the Baleful Horrors of Slaanesh. This is your Slaanesh dragon here. I tried to show every ability in this mod that's actually like an ability or a passive, that at least show it one time for y'all so y'all can check it out. Some of these might have the same breadth, so you might only see it once. And we're now at the Corrupted Violator Riders. These are your more generic Chaos Warriors on the dragons. You got a two-headed dragon, just pure chaos, pretty much. They're also going to be available for the Daemon faction as well. So you get them with two different Chaos factions that you can use these guys in. I do like that a lot, and it actually does make sense. We're now at the Gore Drakes of Khorne, which obviously is your Khorne dragon here with a Khorne Chaos Warrior up top. And I do really like that the mod are focused on the Warriors of Chaos and actually focused on Chaos Warriors in general. And then on the Daemon faction, in another video we're gonna be showing, he really focuses more on the monster Daemon side. So I do like that a lot. We're now at the Malefic Mutants of Tzeentch. We now have our blue flavored one here. I really do like the flames at the bottom, and he does look sick. You could throw a Chaos Warrior pretty much up on anything, and I'm probably going to go, oh, I love that. just because I'm a sucker for anything chaos. But yeah, big fan of this. Last but not least, we have the Plague Worm Riders. These are the Nurgle version here. Obviously has the Nurgle qualities that you expect. It's a green dragon with a Nurgle Chaos Warrior up top. Let me know what you think about these units, guys. Obviously, you really can't judge this mod until you see all the other factions and really see how they're going to be fighting against each other. But I do really like this a lot.
None shall live.
This is a unit that's going to be in this faction and also with the Daemon faction, you know, in general. So this is the Daemon Princes. Obviously, you can tell what it's taken from. But you get 4 of these guys. They're going to be dealing out a whole lot of damage. There's really flashy attacks. And they're going to be in 2 different factions for you. So I probably won't cover them when I cover the other faction, but I will mention it probably. And some of these might make it into the actual, you know, Nurgle or Khorne or, you know, specific factions. So when we come to that, we will cover that at that point. These are the Toad Dragon Crushers. And then we have the renowned version of these coming up. And I'm going to show both of them in combat. Obviously, you know, we talked about this earlier. This is the unit model from the ground brought up on these guys. And then you see the other one right here. They just look phenomenal. They look phenomenal in combat. And oddly enough, these individual monsters actually look better in combat as a group than what they do individually, as long as your computer can handle all of the craziness. Because I will admit, it is pretty taxing on your system. And this wraps up the first part of our End Times Escalation series. We have way more factions to go. This was the largest one, so in the future, expect there to be multiple factions in one video, so we'll speed this along. But I just wanted to focus on this one first, being the largest. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, guys, and don't forget to hype this video. I super appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next mod spotlight.